ask the organizer to let me share my screen.
Yeah, just a minute. I want to Bu Ella help me because I don't receive your PPT. Bu Ella, can you help me? Just a minute, Professor Fauzi. Yeah. Bu Ella, where are you, Bu Ella? Pak Iksan, where are you, Pak Iksan?
Minta dibantu.
Just minute. Kemarin Prof. Zalina minta anu sendiri sih. Oh my God, sebentar. Ini lagi kemana?
Nah, gimana?
Bentar, Prof. Santai, Prof. Saya panggilnya ini, Prof. Bentar, saya panggil Pak Rektornya aja. Well,
Di set dulu sih, Prof. Fauzi
Jalan?
sudah. Ya, sudah.
Okay, you can try. You can try now to share your.
Mana Bu Elo? Bu Elo, tolong minta di-share PPT-nya Prof. Fauzi.
Yeah, Prof. Fauzi, can you share? I already give the host. Yeah, okay.
Terima kasih Pak Rektor ya.
Sudah?
Sudah, silakan Prof.
Nampak?
Nampak, sudah, jelas.
Terima
Ya,
kasih.
ganteng sekali.
Okay, so Assalamualaikum and good evening to everybody. So I'm going to present one of my research project that have been done a few years back. Entitled The Shop, basically the shop is really the artwork, that's impacting sales and promotion advertising through installation. Okay, so our consumer environment is actually driven by the desire and obsession of the consumer, which is how actually it lead to the expression of personal desire. Which in this particular case, it's actually a very complex system on how actually we as a consumer or as a person are trying to express ourselves by purchasing a product in order to satisfy our desire. And so according to Holland, purchase is much more than mere satisfying of everyday needs. It's important ritual of public and communal life through which identity is created and changed. Just in this particular case, buying is part of our everyday or routine activities that it's become a part of our ritual to satisfy our needs. So our consumer environment is actually full of the advertising, like signature gimmick, like a sales, buy, discount, reduce, and clear stock, and everything. With a lot of figure discount that actually try to attack ourselves or as a consumer to buy the product. So according to Spectre, a strategy of competing strictly on price is fruitless because everybody have a low price or close enough. So in this particular case, it's actually quite difficult for the consumer to really determine the differences of the product. However, we as consumer like to choose because it's part of our nature to express ourselves. So the environment is a complex multi-sensory response with a lot of colors, images that significantly stimulate temptation and pleasure to consumer. Okay, so visual information actually is out to confuse us, but this is all part of a strategic move that aim to stimulate and generate a specific consumer culture where the sales promotion is recorded as a desirable psychological signs, according to Warhol. So, in this case, we are not only try to buy something, but you also try to fulfill our gratification through buying process. Because most of the time, we don't really buy something that we need. We just want to buy something that we want. It is part of the aesthetic of the buying process. So according to Holland again, according to Demoji, and consumer reaction to products and brands are influenced by the evolution of the advertising. So advertising play a lot of parts in order to create the situation where the consumer will remember the certain products and try to influence psychologically to buy the product again and again in the long run. So the product outline is actually by using the screen printing, and the research will examine the aesthetic of sale promotion in the context of contemporary consumer culture. By using the principle of repetition and variation, and how actually the is influenced in environment visually, psychologically, and also emotionally. So the images is taken from the promotional catalogs, flyers, pamphlets, and also from various commercial shops and also supermarkets. So the aim of the project is to create a series of environment that reflect the habit, personality, and lifestyle of consumer, in which the viewer will experience how mass-produced images interact, stimulate perception, communicate, and influence the emotions. So I try to show some of the related theoretical idea that focusing on repetition, similarity, and difference. So according to Cage, in Phillips 1999, if something is boring after 2 minutes, try it for 4, it's still boring, try it for 8, 16, 13, and so on. And eventually discover that it's not boring, but it's very interesting. So this is actually a kind of situation on how we are facing with the consumer environment, okay? And how actually the advertising, they keep going and try to influence the consumer to buy the product. Repetition is actually the main element of human experience, which involve the replacing of something identical, and basically it's a source of pleasure. So actually we like to feel something that repeatedly over the time, because it's part of our interests as a consumer. So because you see that confronted with the most identical mechanical and most subtle repetition inside and outside ourselves, we immediately expect for them little differences, variation, and modification according to Deluxe. No object appear on the market today is in single type, but with a range of strictly marginal differences of color, accessory, detail, which create the illusion of choice. This is the most important aspect. Okay. All the industrial reproduction product is trying to create the illusion of choice. That's why they have been produced in different variation, with exactly trying to create that kind of illusion. Okay, repetition expresses the feeling of being identical, but at the same time, it's also employ the characteristic of difference. We usually experience what we feel to be the same generally and structurally, but simultaneously we are meet at the very aspect of knowing of different. So this is actually a kind of situation when we are facing or dealing with the mass produced product in the retail market, because we easily can get confused or mistaken identity of the product we are, if we are not going, if we are not looking at the product closely. So, and again, according to Deluxe, true repetition is clearly tied to the idea of difference. Every repetition contains its own uniqueness. The repetition is intimately connected with different and possess to singularity, which multiply to develop variety. So, just talking about the repetition and how it's connected to differences. For example, he said, no two grains of dust are absolutely identical. And no two hands have the same density point, and no two typewriters have the same size. And no two revolver score their bullet in the same manner. So it is the kind of example that they give in order to represent that idea within repetition and difference. So, and I try to do some connection in some of the related art practices within the context of the project. So the first artist is Andy Warhol. So this is 210 Coca-Cola bottles. So the work is about sameness, same size, same color, and the same theme as a product. So this is actually Warhol trying to mirroring a society obsession of the product that evoke the consent of feelings and also desire. So really he taken the images from the advertising poster and reproduce the image in different variation of the same product. So actually true, we see them as a familiar object. Warhol is more concerned with the representation of ambiguous sign and social as artistic shift and emphasis from the production to consumption. So we go to Alan Mccollum. This is a very huge installation, a room installation that covers the floor and also the wall, which is contained the comprised from 2,000 small pencil drawing, just by using positive and negative object. That repeatedly combination of around 50 templates. So the object actually the abstract form of the everyday household, such as door knobs, ice cream, phone, and so on. So according to Kestner, each artwork is unique, but they are represented in a way which obfuscate the singularity. They are look the same, but only superficially. Actually, they are all different, but only minutely. So actually, all the frame is different and almost impossible for us to find the differences within the frames. So according to Mccollum, most produced objects are everywhere, but each is simple of thousand. For this reason, they inspire fear and awe. It is fascinating in these circumstances how attached we are all to the object and how emotional this attachment and how it's impossible to separate ourselves from them. So in this statement, he said that we as a consumer, it's very difficult to go away to separate ourselves from the product because we are closely attached to them. We are generally always want to buy something as a part of our expression and emotion. So the next one is Grusky. So actually the work shows the commercial product offered at the low price in the supermarket. Maybe just talking about the aspect of community desire, obsession, and also the satisfaction. So the work actually represents on how the factor of price and promotion affects the influence consumer in the context of purchases. So according to Featherstones, there is a question of the emotional pleasure of consumption, the dream and desire which erupted in consumer culture imagery and particular side of consumption with various generate direct bodily excitement and aesthetic pleasure. So this is the part of the studio practice investigation on how actually the work is constructed. This is just a view example of the advertising and advertisement and also the promotion in the retail space. Because it's basically show that the variation of product in repetitive and different form, size, design, and color that create overall harmonious environment that generate a unique visual pleasure. However, actually in this particular context, it's not easy for us to usually experience the complexity of choosing from hundreds of thousands of single product in different prices. So we go to the process of making the work. It is the first part of the work that using the combination of a barcode, a signs, and also the image or the product from the promotion catalogs. And actually the work is a kind of packages. And that combination from 60 images, 48 barcode, 13 colors, 12 signs, and that can produce over 4.8 million variation. So in this particular work, it contains roughly around 450 packages. So the bottom one is the complete packages with different signs, different colors, different code. And then this is the second part of the work that using the same images, but they have been composed in different sizes and printed on plastic sheets. So the size variation around 9 cm, 12 cm, and 17 cm. They have 4 panels of plastics, and one of the panel is actually about the composition of text, such as the clearance, discount, reduce, and sales figures such as 20%, 35, and 50, 75, and so on. So the next part of the work is actually using very colorful images, which is donut, as a part of the subject matter that represent temptation, and color on how actually a certain object really influence our impression and reception of certain things. So the work actually contain 27 big images and 12 different colors, and 48 small images in 10 different colors. So in the total composition is actually overall composition is comprised over 600 images. And the next one is actually the image of the shoes, the sport shoes, with different models, design, and also prices. It's contain around 500 images based on a repetition of each shoes advertisement that complete with brand, logos, model, and price. So each color contain 12 images. 6 of them are different and 6 of them are repetitive from the other colors. So this is the view of the background of the work, which have divided into 3 sections: and the donuts, the packages, and also the shoes. It's quite a big installations, around 20 by 20 feet and 10 feet high. This is actually the view of the complete work, where the audience can walk through the space, and probably their mind and eyes are completely observed by the glowing color combination. Okay, so actually the transparent quality of the plastic generate the visual illusion of overlapping images as well as brightening the colors. So there are 2 types of image here: the visual information, which is image and text, which is contain information of the product that have been repeated in hundreds of times, and with the element of similarity and difference. So actually, it's almost impossible for the viewer to determine all the aspects of sameness and variation of repetitive images within the space. So the installation is actually a kind of a display of products in a retail shop, which actually the situation that we experience at the moment we enter any shop or supermarket, because we are not really sure what we want to buy. And we may go several shop looking, trying and comparing, especially design and the price of different brand until we find something that satisfies our desire. So this is actually the complex experience that we usually encounter with the element of the repetition and variation that remain our marketplace. So this is actually the reality of the products in the marketplace, which have been produced in a variety of type and range that give consumer the various kind of choice that create the illusion of value. So we go to the conclusion of the project. So actually the work has explored strategies for the representation and critique of the consumer culture, which have been to create experiential space that can evoke thematic, complex, sensory and respond to the repetitive image of the advertising. And the work also established correlation between the principle of repetition and similarity and difference of image culture, and how it is contribute to the variety of visual messages in advertising promotion that dominate our everyday experience. It's also the representation and exploration of repetition and variation that provide the visual account on why we celebrate and enjoy the nature of and characteristic of our consumer culture. I think that's it. That's the last, and thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Professor Fauzi. It is because the presentation at 3 hours, that is challenge for presenter to present the paper. That's right. Now, the second keynote speaker, Prof. Zalina, I would like to invite Prof. Zalina to present her paper. The topic is Strategic Framework on TVET, Technical and Vocational Education and Training, Empowerment Learning Electric Engineering. But before this, I will read the CV Professor Zalina. Professor Zalina Zulkifli is Associate Professor in Computer Department, Faculty of Art, Computing and Creative Industry at Sultan Idris Education University, Malaysia. She had over 20 years professional teaching experience as a lecturer, and her research projects have been collaborated with multinational companies which contributes to a network that lead to new ideas and concrete research projects. To develop automation project that focus on sensor monitoring, embedded system, software, IoT, Internet of Things, and wireless communication field have been successfully adapted by the industry to date. A total of more than million ringgit, wow, has been generated as an income to the university, mainly from the research grant, commercialization of research innovation products, and also their services as a principal consultant. Expertise in the agriculture sector with new invention to improve the crop production adapted high technology. She has won several national awards and international awards. She has developed confidence and interest in researching and teaching areas to enhance creative innovation in engineering, science, and technology. Okay, Prof. Zalina Jamal, the is yours.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Bu Lucy. Thank you very much for the organizer. Thank you very much for the participants, keynote speakers, and all participants and all today's in our session, International Conference ICoGOIA IORA 2020. So firstly, I would like to say very happy and very proud to be as a keynote speaker today, and very proud to engage with the participant to share what is my invention or my research experience in focus in the topic of the TVET, iaitu Technique Vocational Education. So I would like to share my screen. Prof. Fauzi, please close your share.
Bu Ella, please close the share.
Yeah, we'll try. Please stop. Yes. Okay.
Stop screen. Stop screen.
Stop. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So I will start my presentation today, and I will share my slide. Okay, my topic today, I will focus on strategic framework on TVET, empowering learning electronics engineering. So actually, this framework already we developed focus in three subjects. In the first in electronic engineering, and the second one in the arts, sculpture arts, and the third one in the how the signal microphone can transform to the using augmented reality. So technology is one of the important factors that can enhance learning activities by delivering learning materials more effectively and efficiently to students. So apparently now is the COVID-19 pandemic environment. So apparently this invention not only suitable in the COVID-19 environment, but also in both in this situation. So what is the augmented reality? So augmented reality can be a smart platform for optimizing education system. So I didn't say that only the augmented reality, but augmented reality is the one now looks are very reliable to make the tool education more interactive. So augmented reality interactive experience is the real environment where the objects that reside in the real world are enhanced by computer generated perceptual information, sometimes across multiple sensor mode, including visual, auditor, and haptic. So the lack of technology-based material has made it difficult for students to effectively learning such a concept. That's why, based on this problem statement, our groups in the University Pendidikan Sultan Idris is the one of the University Sultan Idris is the #1 education in Malaysia. So we developed this invention focused to assist the technique and vocational students by adopted the augmented reality technology. So I go to the next slide. So what is this is the augmented reality usually applied in the retail industry, repair and maintenance, field service, entertainment, properties, public safety, medical training, and the others application. So that's why we focus how augmented reality in the basic platform to help this kind of application. So for this focus today, education system and industry revolution 4.0. So why? Because of this, this invention is one of the approach to prepare our student to the revolution industry 4.0. So the reform in supporting learning activities also provide education that leads to industry 4.0. So actually, previously, this augmented reality, when we adopt to the tool of education, actually, there is not involved in the IoT because sometimes previously the augmented reality technology tools no need the Internet of Things. They can work in a single platform, but now we enhance the tools to be the IoT platform, whereby students or education's community can use on the Internet of Things platform. So technical and vocational education is a TVET, include in the TVETs. So this tool, we focus on the electrical and electronic engineering student. So this tool hopes can be fit to the technical and vocational education. So this is how TVET in Malaysia empowering the nation. TVET is an initiative that is able to develop a country, for example, in Germany, are so concerned about the field of technique and vocational education that they are able to be the key world technology. So TVET is important in facing the challenges of the Revolution 4.0 industry. That's why TVET, yaitu technique and vocational education, became as demand-driven in industry-driven. So these technical skills are very valuable to marketed to the industry if they excel in undergoing training. They will invite by various industries in the country or abroad work. It varies them and the opportunity is bright. So, and also TVET is among the areas that are given large fund by government to develop something or the creation of the product as in China also. So that's why in Malaysia too, TVET education is among the highest budget funding by the governments. So this is the estimated percentage of problems in electrical and electronic engineering. So because my focus today is to present about how the education tool integrated with augmented reality technology can help students and teachers and docents also in electrical and electronic engineering. So I share the ability in imagining decrease. So they need 30%. So weak in theory learning 40%. This is what our student in electrical and electronic engineering facing. So student memory of post-teaching decreased 10%, and it is difficult to understand the basic concept of circuit 20%. This problem statement, we are doing the like preliminary study, and we survey about the what are the problem facing by technique and vocational education student in electrical and electronic engineering. So we found that this percentage contribute from our finding. So the graph are the result of the interviews and questionnaire with teachers of electrical and electronic engineering subjects. We choose 3 states in the north of Malaysia. That is Perak, Penang, and Kedah. So we combine the result from the survey. So the percentage we get is shown in this chart. So percentage arising from the analysis by subject teachers through student examination achievement. So what I explained before is I want to show that our innovation is we develop the tool, the education tools, namely Rackband Tube. So we name the tools as a Rackband Tube. Rackband Tube come with the set of applications in the Android application and use the card to scan to show the real output. So this is, we make the comparison study between the Rackband Tube and others toolkit application using VR and AR. So what we found is augmented reality application that we have developed that called the Rackband Tube from University Pendidikan Sultan Idris and already get the copyright. We provide a clear picture with respect to the movement of electrical current. Previous invention or tools are not achieve these respective movements, real electrical and electronic circuit components, and the basic of electrical and electronic circuit. This is what we have covered. So this is before we transfer to the a real application. We have developed the storyboard. I just skip the storyboard because this is so technical. So this is how our tools work. We design from the using the Blender software to produce product development, and we using Adobe After Effects software to make movement in the image along with the target image. So in design for the software product development, we using the Blender software, and for the effect software we use the Adobe After Effects. Sure. Okay, next, the next image is an example of the image in our kit, and also the collection of the image. In this, how the hydroelectric generation process can show real in augmented reality technology. So this is the image construction in Blender software or Adobe Illustrator software, and we transfer image movement in the Adobe After Effects and then become a complete picture or complete image. So this is the coding script applied. So from this research, we involve testing real environment in the college vocational in Perak, Ipoh Perak. So we separate into two different groups. We have done pre and post tests, and data were collected and analyzed. So we apply the t-test and analyze the student achievement. We provide the questionnaire and how the certification of student by using the red band tube. So this is the example of the, I will show about the how I will demo how the red band tube function, and I hope from this demo participants can imagine how your area can include in this invention. So let we see how our tool is function. Just a short time. So you can see a real process penjanaan hydroelectric. By scan the image, the application can show you the real insight how electrical flow currents. This is the litar mudah, show the electric flow. How the short circuit is happen. Okay, this is the simple demonstration from the kids. So for the next slide, this is the result we get from our research. So I will skip this, and this is the result from questionnaire and come to the conclusion. So this study was successful. There are significant change in student effectiveness based on marks tests analyzed after using this red band tube during the teaching and learning process. So can further contribute in making the study this as a broad framework or platform to apply to engineering field or technical field. So this is, I share the experience, our experience. And for the acknowledgement, I will thank you to the UPSI, UPSI, itu University Pendidikan Sultan Idris is the #1 education for sponsoring this research under grant Grant Pendidikan University. And congratulations to Nur Hazlina Abu Hassan as for graduation master in IT in education focus in this topic. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Bu Lucy. I pass the floor to you.
Yeah, thank you, Prof. Zalina yang comel. This is the name of it's called Rekbentube. Oh,
yeah, Rekbentube.
Rekbentube. What is this? In Surabaya, Rekben maksudnya re itu ayo re, ben gitu ya. Okay, because time is sleepy hours. Thank you, Miss Zalina. Because the time is sleepy hours, spirit, Prof. Besam, talent for presentation. Now we continue to the third keynote speaker is Dr. Besam. I would like to invite Dr. Besam to present his paper ER 4.0 and Sustainability. But before this, luar biasa CV. Dr. Besam Al-Madun, yeah, he is holding a bestseller of science degrees in civil engineering, master degrees of environmental engineering, environmental impact assessment, and its PhD in environmental engineering, air quality monitoring, and modeling from University Saint Malaysia, USM. He achieved his postdoctoral fellowship on sustainability cities as Massachusetts Institute of Technology and another postdoctoral fellowship at Malaysia, Japan International Institute of Technology. He has 15 years of working experience teaching, training, research, and consultancy where he had assignment in Malaysia, Brunei, Indonesia, South Korea, USA, and Canada. He also was an air pollution consultant for the project Building Healthy Cities in Indonesia, funded by United States Agency for International Development, USAID. He supervised 20 research projects and published more than 50 papers in international peer-reviewed journals and international conferences, currently lecturing at Faculty of Civil Engineering and Built Environment, University Tun Hussein on Malaysia, and leading a global initiative called Ambassador of Sustainability, which has 6,000 members from 103 countries. Okay, time is your Dr. Besam spirit.
Okay, assalamu alaikum and good afternoon. So I would like to thank Dr. Lucy, the moderator, the organizing committee, especially to Dr. Ihsan for inviting me for this, to share my my knowledge on this topic. So today I will be sharing as the theme of the conference on IR 4.0. So I will tackle the issue from the sustainability side of it, because we, like previously, we have a lot of discussions regarding IR 4.0, whether on the industry side or even now a lot of universities, they been tasked to integrate IR 4.0 in the curriculum for the programs. So when we talk about the industry 4.0, we today like to see whether this is negative or good news for the environment sustainability, where, as we know, when we talk about sustainability, so we have the three pillars of sustainability. We have the economy, we have the environment, and the social aspects. So industrial revolution have brought about tectonic changes in the society throughout history and fueled debates among researchers, regarding the positive and negative outcomes. Most revolutions are today considered positive advancement of the society and milestones of the mankind evolution. They came with many drawbacks, especially in the short term, for at least some sections of the society. This debate has concentrated mainly on the employment rates, working condition, and the progressive replacement of people by machine in the workplace, but sometimes the negative effects went far beyond employment. For example, in the 19th century, the coal industry was seen as a great economic opportunity, but the environmental impacts were not considered until decades later. So again, when we talk about the industry 4.0 within the sustainability context, so just here to, this ecosystem, we are talking about the sustainability pillars, environment, economy, and society. And we were talking about the technology innovation and the social innovation as well. So we want to kind of try to look into the issue closely to see whether it will have a positive or a negative impacts on the sustainability. So in the early stages of the Industry 4.0 revolution, we can't extricate the economic opportunity from the associated environmental risks. Consider these impacts from the inception of new industrial changes to ensure environmental sustainability for an ever-growing population. We must ensure our actions and choices today will not compromise the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. The reach of Industry 4.0 revolution is so pervasive that the sustainability objective can't be overlooked. So IR 4.0 and its predecessors, what lies beneath the surface of an industrial revolution? So we are talking about three industrial revolutions, right, which can be summarized by energy, technology, and communication. The first industrial revolution transitioned mankind from a world of limited availability of energy to a world of energy wealth to perform work, which in physics refer to the ability of to move an object through an applied forces. Before then, the available work was limited to the physical strength of men and animals, or windmills and water mills, wherever available. During the first revolution, steam power transformed transportation, such as railways and production, mechanized textile factories. Between the 19th and 20th century, the second industrial revolution saw technological innovations reshape industries and societies. This brought the use of steel and upgrade from iron, electricity, light bulbs, telephones, airplanes, automobiles, antibiotics, and extensive adoption of mass production processes. Electricity enabled night activities, which for the first time created opportunities for both leisure and work after sundown. The third industrial revolution brought us advanced communication capabilities, where the invention of the television and the radio in the early 20th century made the world smaller. The invention of the transistor in 1947 represented the cornerstone of modern electronics and paved the way for personal computers, internet, smartphones, and satellites. From a historical perspective, these revolutions brought many more advantages than disadvantages. Life expectancy increased twofold, global population grew eightfold, productivity skyrocketed, and the middle class emerged. In the 20th century, mass production concepts were progressively adopted in agriculture and most industrial sectors, driving prices down and making new products widely affordable. Modern Western consumer standards owe their origin to these stream of innovations. However, these transformations did not occur without pain in the short and long term. Certain decisions made more than 100 years ago still influence our life today. For example, the population of workers in the UK coal industry declined from 750,000 after the World War II to around 5,000 today. It took about 200 years for coal, the fuel of the British industrial boom of the 19th century, to reach its consumption peak and for its negative effects on air quality to be fully understood and eventually drive its decline. Similarly, cars, a symbol of the middle class, have now become a major threat to the human health and planet preservation because of their emissions. The recent adoption of electrical vehicles, which are far less complex to manufacture than internal combustion engine vehicles, is a positive for the environment, but threatens a workforce reduction in the industry. These examples show how revolutions are often double-sided with positive and negative outcomes. Sometimes effects are evident from the beginning, while others are not fully understood until many decades later, such as the environmental impact of burning coal or driving diesel cars. The social impact on the employment also has positive and negative aspects. On the one hand, industrial revolution, the modern 4.0 or less. Similarly, labor regulations have been developed over recent decades to protect the health and safety of workers and are now spreading from developed countries towards the developing world. Furthermore, the recent ESG efforts are now actively broadening social goals to include concepts of equality and fight against modern slavery, to name few. In a nutshell, all three revolutions drove enormous labor productivity gains and unlocked the potential of economic growth. They initiated massive societal transformation, which produced positive and negative externalities such as global pollution issues. Now, the Industry 4.0 revolution is upon us and promises more changes than ever. We need to examine the environmental impacts of the upcoming changes to be sure we don't leave future generations with more problems than progress. So is it Industry Revolution 4.0 means growth, but does not mean sustainable growth? The term Industry 4.0 was first officially introduced in 2011 by a German government strategy project on the digitalization of manufacturing. 8 years on, this phrase has entered our daily jargon and it's routinely covered in the media. Despite this popularity, it is hard to pin down a clear definition of Industry 4.0 because of the pervasiveness of the concept with respect to the underlying technologies, industries, and businesses. Many people rely on incidental description like robots substituting humans in various activities, but in reality, there is much more behind it. So Industry 4.0 is defined on the basis of 4 design principles: interconnection between machines or machines and people, information transparency, where operators can collect immense amount of data directly from all points in the manufacturing process, technical assistance, the assistance systems and machines can support humans in decisions and physical activities respectively. Decentralized decisions, the ability of cyber physical system to make decision without central computing support. So the digitization of production networks and processes has many advantages. For example, an improvement in the quality management or a process standardization can be achieved. Companies have greater transparency in planning and utilization of their plants. Therefore, productivity achievement through digitization can be gained. In addition, the reject rate or the number of machines stopped in production can be reduced. Another option to save scarce resources is 3D printing. A major advantage of this manufacturing technology is its recyclability. For example, plastic waste can be recycled to raw materials and reused for 3D printing. Furthermore, this technology makes it possible to extend the life cycle of components because of the lightweight design. In addition, lower energy requirements during the use of the products can be achieved. Companies can produce spare parts by themselves at low cost and reduce their logistics costs. The Industry 4.0 facilitates greater transparency in the energy system of a company with all skills, sources, and consumption peaks. It's possible for companies to implement intelligent energy management where different elements of the company, including the production, the lighting, heating system, becoming part of the smart grid. Smart grids help the company to understand how its energy consumption is composed. This allows to analyze the efficiency and performance of the plants and support the optimization of affected plants or processes. This can reduce the energy cost and extend the life cycle of used devices. A key technology to increase the energy efficiency of companies is smart meters. It measures the energy consumption of plants, factories, houses, etc. in a very short intervals. Thanks to the smart meters, it's no longer necessary to read energy consumption on site. It is connected to a network operator to whom it is automatically transferred the data. In terms of recycling, it's the key for successfully implementing Industry 4.0 in production. If companies are able to set up their production in circles in the future, a large amount of material and energy can be recovered. Experts are convinced that by IR 4.0, for example, the global saving potential of 500 billion euros per year in the area of the food and packaging industry. Energy and resources requirements can be cut by up to 25%. By networking machines, components and products are interconnected in real time. New and innovative solutions can develop, which will make it possible to extract even more raw materials, such as metals from components, thus return them to the cycle. Well-functioning recycling networks are the key to unlocking such potentials. The Internet of Things can successfully apply in many ways. For example, the extension of internet connectivity into physical devices or everyday objects. To visualize it, imagine coffee machines will send you a WhatsApp message when your coffee is ready. A good example of the environmental impact of industrial IoT is fleet management in logistics. IoT devices connect inbound and outbound demand from customers with en route load capacity, providing the logistic services company with the ability to adapt routing in real time. In this way, customers and services provided can both reduce idle time at loading bays and avoid empty runs. In this case, IoT devices work as a dynamic saving enablers along the complex and multi-party value chain, eventually delivering both economic and environmental benefits in the form of fuel and CO2 saving. Here are some examples from companies who develop systems and utilize the digitalization, which help to reduce the emissions by certain amount, by certain levels in different industries. So through limited amount of investment, this is referring to the additive manufacturing, can enable manufacturers to decentralize the production of highly engineered products. And as an example, Imagine being able to produce a personalized teacup in your living room. Its key success factor relies on a unit cost which is independent from the volume and complexity of the final design. In many applications, its environmental benefits is huge. It can drive up to 30 to 40% weight reduction versus traditional manufacturing. And its flexibility enables the manufacture of single unique products rather than having to work with minimum lot sizes. The flexibility reduces defects and scrap by up to 90%. So there is an endless source of opportunity for decades to come. Industry 4.0 is the theme rather than sector. The overall market value of the Industry 4.0 technologies is estimated to be between 70 to 150 billion and is growing at around 15% per year. Since these technologies represent a key competitive advantage in any industry, they are applied to the growth prospects for players are huge. Even a negative economic cycle that could cause a downturn in the sale of capital goods is likely to only have a temporary effect on this market, given the strength of this revolution. The spread of investment in IoT technology across industries will determine the long-term winners in their respective fields. Wait and see strategies are no longer an option for the investors. This explains the wide fiscal support these types of investment have received in many countries who are aiming to increase the competitiveness of their production. Investors can leverage this support and resilience to build long-term industry leaders. These trends have already created a visible success stories at all stages of company development, more than we could describe in this paper. So the global industrial leaders have been eager to acquire these new competencies. They have been paid outrageously high multiple on the promise of competitiveness and long-term growth, long before the topic became visible in the media. As a conclusion, so the ecological issues will play an increasingly important role in the future, and the companies will have to find ways to deal with them. This can be done in different ways. It's essential that new technology concepts such as IR 4.0 are not to be ignored, as these will safeguard competitiveness and the environmental protection in the future. The Industry 4.0 is not a product which is implemented in a company. It's a process that is still in its early stages, but the technological components have been around for years. For this reason, there is a considerable potential to increase the industrial productivity. The missing factor here is the attitude of companies to devote themselves to the technological concepts in order to become more efficient, not only on an economic, but also on the sustainable level. Sustainability will continue to be an avoidable factor in the future to drive corporate growth and ultimately protect the environment. So thank you so much for listening, and I'll be happy if there's any inquiry from the audience. Thank you so much again for the moderator and for the organizing committee.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Professor Wesam. It is very, very luar biasa. That was the presentation by 3 keynote speakers. And now we are going to the next section, which is discussion. Okay, the questioner, please raise your hand and mention your name or maybe comment of each presenter. Bu Ella, could you help me? I hope there is no question I will ask.
Okay, now we'll try to looking for questions in YouTube channel, whether in a Zoom chat. I still don't have a question, Ibu Lucy.
Okay, I want to ask the first to Mr. Fauzi. you have make a creative color for yourself. So actually, how can, if we have done about a creative color, but there is no someone to buy it? And the second, for Ibu Comel, Professor Lida, why you call ribbon tube? You know, this is means that the application can teach for scale or content, means that content, like if we teach linguistic or literature, the profession, sorry, because you are a leading global initiative called Ambassador of Sustainability, 6,000 members from 103 countries. How can you collaborate? How can you, what is it, support of each other? Thank you. Okay, Mr. Fauzi.
Okay, Bulusi. Yep. I think you're asking about the color, is it?
Okay.
So when you are talking about colors, usually one of the most important element in the consumer space, because it's really of the element and the according to the color psychology, color will play play a very important roles in our emotion as a people, or as a person, or as, and also in the consumer environment. Thereby a certain color actually, according to the theory, whether it's the warm or cold, with the combination of the contrast or harmony, something like that, is definitely will influence our emotion as a person and also as a consumer. So every product actually is designed to be attractive in order to attract attention, because there is so many things in the marketplace, in the shelf or whatever. So in order to attract attention, so the product have been designed into with the combination of certain color in order to be different from others. However, probably is not really happen, because there is so many things with so many calibration or either what. However, they are still doing that to be different. So that's why when you go to any shopping complex or whatever, any shop or whatever, the space is dominated with thousands of color combination that actually become harmonious in a way that we feel quite comfortable, and we are very anxious to go there and spend our time, and probably a lot of nowadays we call it the window shopping, just to brush around the product and try to find something that really interests us, and it's a kind of aspect of social activities. We are trying to satisfy our emotion and also desire. So yeah, color is very important in the consumer element, because it affects everything in terms of our decision to buy or not to buy of certain things. So okay, Ibu Lucy.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Fauzi. Now we continue to Ibu Comel.
Thank you very much, Bu Lucy. Actually, the red band tube just a name. Red band actually we focus about the how the focus of the the flow of the electronic or the electric flow current. So we assume that this is need a focus. So we call the red band. Tube means in the one tube. So we just namely it's red band tube. Actually, this augmented reality not only for to this technical subject, it can be also applied in the something hidden. Example for in the food security and food safety. If we want to teach the students how the ingredients of the vegetables is good. So we can't show to the children that this is good, but we need to show how it's good. So we can use this augmented reality technology. This is one of the reasons lah. So thank you very much, Bu Lucy. That's only my answer. So I pass the session to the Wisam. Dr. Wisam, you can continue.
Wisam, come on, Wisam. Dr. Wisam, the boot.
Yes, Doctor. Okay, so thank you again. Regarding your question, actually, in August, I was selected to lead an initiative called Impact Youth Sustainability. So after I took the lead, I initiated a program called Ambassadors of Sustainability. And we conducted 2 cycles of trainings, and during those training, thousands of people joined, and we already established chapters in many countries, and this group is growing very fast. Now we reach more than 6,000 members, and we are having now a collaboration with UK-based organization called Virtual Global Village, because there is a growing interest on sustainability, like from many people, especially like now a lot of people trying to explore the business opportunities in sustainability. Previously, people thinking on a negative perspective on sustainability, like it's a burden on the economy, they need to spend money on the controlling of the pollution. But now we can see like there are some shifts on the a paradigm shift on the mentality of people thinking on a positive way on sustainability after we live this hard time with a pandemic. So people start thinking and more to be caring about the environment, because everyone is suffering, and both on the health aspects and on the economy aspect as well. And this is a positive because that can contribute to create a healthy environment and a more healthy ecosystem in terms of businesses, where we need to take into consideration all the environmental elements when we develop a new project or a new business. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. I think all of the answer is very completely. Now, finally, we come to the last session. We would like to say thanks again for 3 keynote speakers. And also thank you all of the audiences for active participation. Hopefully the information that we have shared today will useful for all of us, and the presentation will give benefit for us. Thank you for attention. See you later. Just a minute. We will share about your certificate. Well, can you help me?
Yes.
Okay. Silakan Bu Elo.
So this is a certificate of appreciation. This certificate is proudly presented to Professor Muhammad Fauzi Saidan from University Pendidikan Sultan Idris, Malaysia, in your recognition and your contribution as keynote speaker in ICoGOIA, IORA, November 21st, 2020.
Yeah, thank you, Bu Elo.
Yes, you're
Give
welcome.
applause.
And also Certificate of Standing Service and Achievement Award. The certificate is proudly presented to Professor Muhammad Fauzi Saidan in your dedication and support in the ICoGOIA, IORA, November 21st, 2020. And this certificate is dedicated to Associate Professor J. Zalina Zulkifli from University Pendidikan Sultan Idris, Malaysia, in your recognition and your contribution as keynote speaker in ICoGOIA, IORA, November 21st, 2020.
Thank you very much, Bu Elo.
And also, yes, the Outstanding Service and Achievement Award. This is also proudly presented for you, Associate Professor Saizalina Zulkifli, to your dedication and support in ICoGOIA, IORA, November 21st, 2020. And the Certificate of Appreciation proudly presented to Dr. Wesam Al-Madun from University Tun Hussein on Malaysia for your recognition and your contribution as keynote speaker.
Let's see.
Yes, and Certificate Outstanding Service and Achievement Award also presented for you, Dr. Wesam Al-Madun, for your dedication and support in the ICoGOIA in the IORA, November 21st, 2020.
Yeah, thank you, Bu Elo. So we have finished, and then
I
got
have also
to-
certificate for you, Ibu Lucy.
Oh my God! Mana?
This is certificate for appreciation for you, proudly
Bagus
presented
banget nih.
Ya,
yeah,
tepuk
to
tangan
Ibu
dulu.
Lucy. Yeah, for your contribution as a host and moderator in our ICoGOIA IORA November 21st, 20.
Woo! Thank you, Bu Elo.
The 2 certificates. Yeah,
Oh my God, 2 certificate.
this is a certificate of Outstanding Service and Achievement Award. This is a process for you, for your dedication and support. Yeah, in ICoGOIA IORA
Oh. Ah,
November 21st.
yeah, with that paper, I
2020.
got to pay 2 certificate. Oh my God.
Okay. Once again,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Baik,
Thank you
thank
for
you,
your
Bu Lucy, Bu Elo.
contribution.
Ya, halo Prof Modern. Ini baru kenalan ini Prof Wesam. Okay, now I think it's enough. Saya kembalikan. I come back again to Bu Elo.
Yes,
Before
thank
that,
you.
wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Halo
Waalaikumsalam.
Profesor.
Salam.
Thank you very much, Ibu Lucy Tudik Muharlisiani from Universitas Wijaya Kusuma, Surabaya. Now, we will continue to our next keynote speaker in session 4. Yeah. Yeah. In this session, we will have Dr. Samer Ahmed Hamdi SK from Sharjah University, United Arab Emirates. Dr. Nasser Palangi, Scientific College of Design, Oman. Dr. Dani Harmanto, De Montfort University, UK. And our moderator for this afternoon will be Bapak Joko Siono, PhD. He's a head of postgraduate management study program in Narutama University. Bapak Joko Siono, are you with me? Bapak Joko?
Yeah, Bu Elo. Okay,
Yes.
I can hear you. I'm with you now.
Okay. Yes, thank you very much. So, how Bapak Dani? Bapak Joko, Pak
Yes.
Dani asking for the first keynote speaker because he has something urgent things that he should present for the first time.
Okay, wait. I'll try to look for the CV of Pak Dani first because Pak Iksan doesn't send me. So I don't know why. Wait.
Hello, Dr. Dani, how are you?
So, okay, I am Joko Siono. So now I would like to handle the presentation from the keynote speaker from the
Halo Bu Elo.
Dr. Samer,
Dr. Dani.
Dr. Dani. So I would like to read the CV from Dr. Dani first. Wait. Yeah. Dr. Dani Harmanto is a senior lecturer in automotive engineering at University of Derby, So you can ask something about the automotive to Dr. Denny. I believe that he guarantee very well. UK, he hold MSc and PhD in automotive engineering, design, and manufacturer from Converte University, UK. A postgraduate certificate in teaching and learning in higher education from the University of Derby, and B engineering in Mechanical Engineering Institute Technology Nasional Malang. So from Malang also ya Pak Dhani, Indonesia. Yes,
Yeah, Pak.
he is currently a program leader in the special engineering and mechanical engineering in motorsport engineering. He has extensive experience on developing, validating, and accrediting number of very successful program and module and some others. So in short, I can say that Pak Dhani is very expert in the automotive, I think. So this one. So another is Dr. Nasser. Yeah. Dr. Nasser graduated in visual art from Tehran University in 1984. He pursued his studies in painting and an education in Tehran until 1989 and lectured at some numbers of university until 1998 at the beginning of the first Iran-Iraq war. So we are talking about no need to ask about the Iran war. Yeah, you see. He spent 3 years working as war artist creating drawing. So I think yeah, Dr. Nasser is very good in the drawing and also painting. The last CV from the from Dr. Sammer, but I cannot go to complete CV from Dr. Sammer. I just say that Dr. Sammer is assistant professor at the College of Fashion and Design in Egypt. So this is talking about the short CV from the 3 keynote speakers now. And okay, I would like to introduce myself. I'm Joko Siono. I work as the lecturer in the Narotama University as head of the master degree in Magister Management or Master of Management. So Dr. Dhani, yeah, are you ready to make the presentation? So I give you the first opportunity because as the fellow asked that you need the first priority. Yeah, okay, yes, but please. This is not the first priority. So I what you call it, I revised, but this is the first opportunity for you to make the presentation. And remember that your time is about 20 until 25 minutes. Okay, thank you.
No problem. Thank
Dr. Dhani, please.
I think I will set it like this. Right, I hope everybody can see this.
Okay, yes, I can see. Yeah, I can see very clear, Dr. Dhani.
Right. Good afternoon, everyone. And I think in Iran it's also afternoon as well. But in the UK it's very early morning, so there we go. Very early morning. Sorry. Right, I think some of my CV is not correct, but anyway, it's okay. So I will present the role of aerodynamics on improving of the vehicle efficiency. Why is this important? It's because if we keep moving towards the electric car, then what we have to do on the first one is on how the vehicle will go through into the air or the flow of the air when you are traveling at certain or minimum velocity. So my name is on that, and that is my title at the bottom of that one. And I am now associate professor in aeronautical engineering at the Montfort University. So I'm going to revise my my CV. I'm sorry, Mr. Yuana. So this is about me, and also I will show you what the student in the UK look like as well, just for the icebreaker, and then we go into computational fluid dynamics and also aerodynamics of a vehicle. So where is the Montfort University? It's exactly in the middle of the UK. It looks like that. And it was built on 1870. And now we have approximately about 2,600 students in the campus. And we have about 46,000 outside the campus using online in Dubai, Malaysia, and other countries. And we have 2,600 staff. So who am I? So there we go. I born and grew in Surabaya. I graduate from ITN, and so on. I'm also used to be the acting deputy head at Derby for 19 years, and then I moved to the Montfort. And also I'm a young professor for Politeknik Perkapalan Negeri Surabaya, joined together with PT PAL. And I'm chartered engineer, so I got 4 PhD completed now, supervised. Right, this is my student used to be when we learned the CFD. So every single student have their own computer with 2 screens. So one screen for them and the other screen is for me. So they can actually look at my screen and then they can actually mimic what I do on the other screen. So that is the best way for students to actually learn. And each student have their own seat, so they cannot share the seat. And we have a 15 minutes break after an hour and a half. So this is what the break is. Every computer has to be shut down, or the screen has to be turned off. You're not allowed to see any image on that one. And then the same as this one. So, right, let's go to CFD. What is CFD anyway? CFD is computational fluid dynamics, and not many people actually using it in Indonesia. Not many. and it's very rare in Indonesia that people use CFD. So what we can do is actually simulation-based design. Rather than you build and test, you actually do simulation-based exactly the same thing as the real one. So more cost coefficient and also more rapid than the EFD, with this, the wind tunnel. And then CFD also can provide you with high fidelity database for diagnosing the flow field. So for example, you can use, for example, a large scale of ship, for example, but it's not possible when you actually designing it on your own. So you cannot build the ship full scale and then you test it. It's not possible. Everything has to be scaled down, but not on the CFD. You can actually build the massive one and then you can see the wave around it. Or another one is environment effect. For example, in Surabaya, you got a flooding. So we can mimic the flooding itself. When does it come from and what the effect on that one in the whole city. And that is easy to do rather than you actually have the flooding and then you start thinking, how on earth are we going to do a solution for this? And also, like, for example, explosion or fire, for example. So then we can actually mimic that. And physics. So you can actually do planetary boundary layer, stellar evolution, and so on. And also you have to have knowledge and exploitation of the flow physics. So what does CFD look like? An example. So this is the best one that people actually like is Formula One, which is today that it's got Formula One or last week. So that is the best use of CFD. One more. So you actually also have inside the combustion engine, which is not many people actually know what happened on the inside. A piston in your car, for example, you never know what actually happened. But in CFD, we can actually mimic the flow inside them and then we can walk around it. And the next one is, how about the interior? So at this moment, you got a lot of coronavirus around. If you actually want to mimic, for example, how the virus will actually travel around your car, then you can use CFD. It's much quicker way rather than you actually imagine where the coronavirus will travel around. So that is the best way of doing that, by looking at where the virus will travel from one person to the person using the nose only. So you got actually the air conditioning and then you can mimic the nose of the person where they actually do so. How this one actually works is only one formula is being used throughout the whole world. Any software CFD is only have using this formula. So this is what formula called the Navier-Stokes. Now, not many students actually we found from Indonesia actually understand what Navier-Stokes is, because they never taught this one during the study in Indonesia. So they actually don't understand what Navier-Stokes is and how do you actually solve the problem. So this is a very lengthy one, and then we usually teach the student on year 3 on the mechanical to understand this formula on the first week, and they have to differentiate the formula on the first week using the, for example, you got local acceleration for the fluid to move around, the convection, the pressure, the viscous term, and also you have to use the continuity equation, which is based on the equation of state and also using the Rayleigh equation. So aerodynamics. So what are they? So there are several aspects of aerodynamics that can be analyzed of improving the vehicle efficiency. Now, most of the company, when they actually build the car, they have to use the wind tunnel. But before the wind tunnel, they have to use the software first. They cannot just build the car without running on simulation. So one of a few examples of the research project that I actually done before is the effect of the wave region on the vehicle around the truck, soiling particles of turbulence on the wing mirror, redesign of the roof box to reduce the drag, and evaluating the race car using CFD. So this is some example that I will actually try to give you today. So it will be very, very quick presentation anyway. So this is one of the example. Why do I actually interested with the vehicle around the truck? So if you actually drive a car in a tol, the Indonesian way of motorway, and then you got a truck actually traveling. I mean, the truck in Indonesia doesn't go that fast. In the UK, they're actually traveling around 80 miles per 80 kilometers per hour. So they are go very fast compared to the car, to the truck in Indonesia. Indonesia truck is very slow. So you can imagine. So for example, if you got a long trailer, because the truck in here is a very long one, they don't actually have a small one. So, and then you're driving at the back of the car and then you try to actually overtake the truck. So you can actually calculate how much fuel you actually require for that, how much efficiency your car actually go through the wave region, because you can't see the air around it. The best one you can see actually when it's raining. So when it's rain, then you can actually understand how the truck actually try to get through into the air when traveling. So that is the best way that you can see. So from that, this is the scenario of running the CFD. So the first one is at the back, and then the second one, the car is running sideways, but that is the worst one for the car actually try to get through. And after that, the car will pass the truck. So that is the way that was the scenario was developed. So then we find out on the wave effect that we have to do the simulation on that one, on the using the fine mesh of, for example, the rotation of the wheel. So we have to make sure the wheel actually individual. So if you got 16 wheels trailer, then you have to do the whole 16 moving synchronously. So you have to calculate with the hand calcs of the circumstances of the wheel and then calculate what the actual rotation on it. So this one is about 60 million mesh. So it's become look like this. Now, if you don't understand CFD, if you don't, 60 million mesh, it will take approximately about 1 week for the computer to run for 24 hours. And that using about 128 megabyte memory. And the processor have to be a double processor. So you got 2 CPU running together side to side. And that still take 24 hours. So if you want to make mistake, then you just lose the whole 7 days running it. And what is the result will look like? So the result is just look like that. So it's very simple result. So we can actually see where the flow actually happening in the car. So you can see where the pressure will be, where is the velocity will be. The one that if you actually want to shift the sorry, the fuel, then you need to put your car around the area. So this area will be very good for you to save fuel because there is no pressure at all. But it's quite good. However, if the truck breaks, then you actually haven't got no chance to avoid the truck. It just hit the car, it hit the truck much quicker. So then if you look at the velocity magnitude, this is where you can actually see what happened with your front of your car. So your front of your car has a massive force actually happening in the front of your car. And this also you can calculate how much vibration you can actually cause. And then we can also see what happened with the velocity as well using velocity magnitude. So then you can see even better screen. And then if you look at the Tesla truck, for example, Tesla truck is actually now avoiding to have a fire of a higher velocity on their body. So everything has to be laminar rather than turbulence instead. So if you look at the bottom of it, so this is where is your car position, for example, then you try to avoid and try to save some of your fuel, then you can stay behind approximately about 2 meters to 2.24 meters. But this actually will save you fuel a lot because the turbulence actually only happen on that end. With this is a very intense turbulence with this Pascal second. Okay, so if you're passing the truck after that, then you actually have a much better car because your car is go much faster compared before you traveling from that end and go to this end and then until you get out. So that is where you can actually see you will have the same pressure between your car and also your truck. Now, if you look at the shape of the car, why this one chosen, this is what we call Ahmed body. Ahmed body is actually developed by a student, PhD student on MIT, 1987. And this, his name is Ahmed. And this body has been used throughout the world since 1987. So everybody, including Audi, BMW, everybody has to use this shape if you want to test the aerodynamics or wind tunnel. So nobody can actually say no. If you're not using that, then not many people actually will care about your simulation at all. So this is the next one of that one. So you can actually see the vorticity magnitude where the turbulence actually will happen. So turbulence around here. And also your car will have a turbulence on that side. So the turbulence will go past on that one, only on this area. So what happened on the scenario 1 and 2? So on the beginning and at the end, you can see how much the lift and also how much the drag and also how much the force side, because you can actually get force or be pushed by the wind to go sideways. And that is very dangerous. If your car is not stable enough on the suspension, then your car will actually move out. And if you look, also the drag is much bigger at the end of the car compared to the front when you actually pass the truck. Yes, and then the lift as well. So you actually have a lift, a massive lift. Your car actually can fly if you're not careful. And also if you look at the sideway, because then this one is the effect of the front of the truck. Right, so this is one thing that maybe Indonesian researchers not even think on what happened. We actually in the UK we actually looking at small tiny bit and then we actually making a research for it. So if anybody know about the wing mirror, so this is look like my car. So we just look at this one wing mirror, or in Indonesian language it's called spion. There we go. So we're looking just a spion, only just for that. And then everybody will say, why on earth we're looking at a wind mirror? Anyway, wind mirror is very important. Without that, you can't actually see the car behind you. And also, if there is a lot of dirt and dust, you can't actually clean it up every time you're driving. So the only reason we're actually using the CFD try to make sure that there is no dust and the air will actually clean up of the dust, actually put it into the mirror itself. So this is one example. So we chop it off the car and then we try to mimic the shape of the car using a CAD, and then we convert it into star CCM or CFD package. And then it will be look like that. And then we actually going to change that one and then put the air around it. So we can see what happened with the wing, and then we can calculate how much the drag and the lift they actually have. So if the lift is too much, and you will have a vibration. If you have a drag too much, then you have to make it much bigger support for the wing mirror, which is not good either. So you have to have an optimum shape of the wing mirror itself. And then you can actually see where the force will be. So you can actually, as an engineer, you try to optimize the shape of the wing mirror. And then you can actually see the flow as well. And also the flow after from the wing mirror, and then you can see what happened in the wing mirror. So it's a very interesting thing. And also and then you can see where the dust actually will stick or not. And also during the rain, will actually the water will stick on that one or not. If they are, then your wing mirror is not that good, because they should not have any water around that, otherwise you can't see the car behind you or side way of you. So if you move it around, and then we can actually see how much pressure also happening on the wing mirror, on the mirror itself. Because if this one is way too high, the mirror will actually bend. That means you have to make it thicker glasses. If you make thicker glasses, that make it more expensive to produce. So that is the way that we actually think on the this project. And now we're looking at the effect of the, sorry, this is the wrong one. So this one is actually the car is look like there is a box on the top of the car, and then we try to calculate that, how much the effect of that box on the top of the car. And then this is what the result is. So you, to us at the final one. So we give solution basically. And this is what actually happened when you have a roof and the car on the top, and then you can see what happened with the flow around it. And this one actually get worse because you put the roof box, the car getting heavy, and also you got more drag because the flow is actually get turbulence around it. It's not smooth out. And then this is what happened. So you got turbulence on exactly at the beginning of it, and then until the end. So we changed the design to put the dimple, and that is what the dimple is, try to smooth all the air go around it and to reduce the drag, and it does. And that is what actually happened before and after. So this is one of a lot of turbulence, and then we smooth it out with using dimple. Now this dimple also used on the MiG aircraft, fighting aircraft. They have a lot of dimples around it, a very tiny one, exactly the same way. Next one is this is a race car. So I do a lot of racing, motorsport. That we used to be, but not anymore. I'm aeronautical now. So this is the Subaru Impreza rally car, and then we try to look on how to improve the aerodynamics of the car. So we got a wing on the top here, but this doesn't do anything. So we change the wing into at the back, but then they actually changing the pressure on the front, and then however the car actually stick much better to the road throughout. So I think that will be it, Mr. Yuano, from me. If you have any question, I welcome you to. And there we go. Thank you for listening, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Danny. So everybody, see, please allow me, because Dr. Danny would have to have another business and would like to leave this conference. So please allow me to open some question for Dr. Danny first. Okay, Ibu Ella, can you check perhaps there is some question from the chat? Yeah, we open question because Dr. Danny have another business.
Yes. I don't have question in Zoom chat and also in YouTube channel, Pak Joko.
Thank you.
So maybe you can.
Perhaps from other participant? From other
Yes.
participant interested in the automotive, you can ask to Dr. Danny. This is very special opportunity for you to ask. Hello,
Yes, if
participant.
you have any question, please raise your hand. Maybe we can talk right Zoom.
Still no question from the participant? Okay, Dr. Danny,
Yes, no
since there is no question from participant and other from the another chat, I would like to ask you, what is actually, when I see in Indonesia especially, when I see the type of the machine of the Toyota and Honda also, this is different. In Toyota, I see this is they use the machine called VVTi, and Honda sometimes it's called the IVTech. So it is any specific different, or it is just different in the name only?
No, the difference is on the valve.
Oh,
so,
like that.
So Honda have a different system valve. It is called rotating valve or variable valve that they actually adjusting based on the pressure. And Toyota have a simple valve, but it's usually just a direct valve into it. So that is the only difference between those two. And also the gearbox of Honda, they have the VAWT, which is a variable acceleration wheel. So they are actually much responsive compared to Toyota on the gearbox. They can calculate which one they actually need to use in different way like that.
Okay, so this is really different, not just different in the name only.
No. Honda is much better. on the on the valve and also on the gearbox system, and they are very famous for that. Yeah.
Okay, as you know, in Indonesia, some famous cars, something like Toyota, Honda, and also now Nissan. And Nissan, what do you think of the Nissan? They use the specific machine also different from Honda and Toyota?
No, Nissan is exactly the same as the Toyota principle. Only Honda have a different one. Yes.
What about talking about the government, the Chinese? Chinese come to Indonesia now, especially it is famous in Indonesia with the name of the Wuling. It is different technology from the Japan car.
No, they are the same. Well, what the China government actually do is very clever way. So they allow the company to learn on how to build and also design a vehicle, like Volkswagen, for example. Volkswagen is the first car has been mimicked with the China vehicle, and that is the first copy of the Volkswagen arrived launched by the China, the company. So they are actually similar to technology of the Europe actually, and then they are moving on into the Japan. So the first one was based on the technology of Volkswagen.
Okay, Dr. Danny, so I think it's enough for me.
Yes.
So
it's okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
So everybody, please give applause to Dr. Danny. Virtual applause. Okay. So what do you think, Ibu Ella? Do you get the certificate of Dr. Danny now or next? I don't know.
Yeah. Pak Amrun, who assists me, is going. It's out of this room at the moment, so maybe we can give the certificate later.
Okay,
Yes, okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, thank
Goodbye,
you,
everyone.
Dr. Danny. Goodbye. Okay.
Yes,
Dr.
bye-bye.
Danny,
Thank
Thank
you
you.
very much,
Bye.
Prof. Danny.
Bye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, Ibu Ella, so now we'd like to continue with the second keynote speaker. He is Dr. Sam Ahmed Hamdi SK from Shahria University, United Arab Emirates. Is he with us? Hello, Dr. Sam Ahmed. Are you with us? Let me please help me to look for Ibu Ella.
Sama Dr. Sameresta.
Dr. Samir Ahmed, are you with us? Still not here, Ella? Ella?
Wait, yeah. He already asked for the co-host. Yes, he is here, but I don't know if he hear us.
Anybody can contact him? So what do you think about the organizer? Can you contact him?
Yeah, Dr. Samer already replied. Yes.
Yeah, already.
Already replied.
Okay, Dr. Samer.
Ask to unmute. Wait.
Hello, Dr. Samir Ahmed, do you hear me?
Nggak bisa nemu.
Hello, Dr. Samer, do you hear me?
Dia nggak bisa unmute.
Ask to unmute sudah.
Okay, Pak Hasan, please help me.
Yes.
Please.
Dr. Samer?
Oh.
Dr. Samer?
Yes. You hear me?
Okay.
Okay, I hear you. So
Yeah.
now, Dr. Samer, I am Joko Siono, so I would like to handle your presentation as your moderator. So are you ready to make the presentation now?
Yes. I will try now to share my screen.
Okay, so the time is you and Dr. Samer, please make presentation. Your time is about 25 minutes. Okay, thank you.
Thank you for everyone. I'm really happy about to attend the conference. Thank you for all. But I'm trying also to share my screen. Yes, now. It should be, I think to allow me must be quit and return again. Because this is for Mac system. So can I quit and return, or I don't know what I can do, or send my presentation to you?
Hello, yes.
Yes.
You already co-host. You can share your screen.
Yes, I'm trying to share, but also it's tell me must be quit the program and return. But I don't know how I can do it. Or can I send it to you my presentation first?
Send
to Zoom chat.
Can
Yes.
you send it to Zoom chat, Prof? Yeah, we're waiting for Samer.
Yes, yes, I'm just select.
You can send it the file to chat Zoom chat, so I can help you to open the file.
Okay. I'm sorry for this. Actually, it's the first time having like this.
Yeah, you still find trouble, Dr. Samer?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Okay, Dr. Samer, what do you think if I replace your position now to be with another keynote speaker and then you prepare for your presentation?
I'm sending, but it's taking time to upload it.
Yeah, it's okay. If you still take time, I think it's more time, and then I would like to allow to another keynote speaker to make presentation now, and then after this, finish, and then you make presentation. What do you think of this?
Okay, okay.
Okay, so but I would like to call first. Dr. Nasser is here. Are you with us, Dr. Samer?
Yes, with you.
Dr. Nasser, are you with us? Okay, so what do you think, Dr. Samer? Are you ready to make presentation now? Because Dr. Samer is still preparing for the presentation.
Yes, I'm ready. Yes.
Okay, ready. Okay, I allow you to make presentation now. And your time is about 25 minutes. Okay, thank you, Dr. Nasser.
Okay, dear. Very glad to see you all here. And I would like to thank Professor Fauzi and my colleague, Dr. Abed from Scientific College, who facilitated for me to attend this wonderful conference. Thank you for organizer and audiences. I'm very glad today actually to share my experience of 4 decades of artistic career related to the memory concept in Iran and Middle East and some other countries. I start with my presentation now. Actually, to be an artist and teacher, and at the same time active in academic and writing educational text and curating educational video and coordinating the art museum. It is my job during the last 4 decades. And I teach in different countries, and at the same time, I create with the concept of history and heritage of different countries. The case study here is Iran. But I want to share with you what is the ethnic memory. So this presentation designed to offer artists, student insight into the nature of memory and how it might be articulated in a heritage, history, everyday life, and family stories, or any other concept related to the social, political issues. Every family and countries has their own object, patterns, and culture. telling stories with photo collage technique is one way to bring heritage and history to life. I am delighted to host this presentation on how to begin the process of documenting family, historical heritage, and cultural images by matching leftover material, find object patterns, and calligraphy, and etc. to create the contemporary artwork. So this is a main point related to the memory art. I work with different media to deal with the memory in a number of countries, from Iran to Emirates, Africa, Mexico, Singapore, Georgia, America, Europe, and Australia, and recently Afghanistan and Oman. I convey a history and a memory of people keeping their identity and heritage alive on various media, tent canvas, dishes, archive images, and other objects. I seek to create images using painting and photography to convey a unique and important view of select aspect of social political issues of Iran and Middle East in our time. I find my true subject within people, heritage, and war, to the statute of culture and civilization, and seek to explore the way we define and relate to its existence. In both subject and form, my art reflects my travels of the past 4 decades with backpack, camera, and brushes. I have explored Iran-Iraq war and post-war, post-revolutionary issues in Iran, disaster in Afghanistan, history and heritage of Australia, Africa, South Africa, China, Japan, Mexico, and recently Oman. My image from Persia Now series encompass and explore the intents of my vision as an artist from my homeland. My artwork aims to bring a little more knowledge and compassion into world to increase the chance the nation and people will learn at least to live in love, peace, and harmony. This is a statement, I go faster. I want to share with you the plan and how it's happened actually. Usually, this is a program, my program in different countries. And today I'm going to share with you which kind of artwork I have done about Iran, past and present. This is different exhibition. I display my work in different countries. And this was a main plan, actually. I usually start with the concept. Through the concept, I find a subject, then a style, technique, applying visual principle, then method of creative imagination. Beside of the concept, I have form and plan of presentation. So this is a chart I work with, and through this chart, I'm focusing today in this presentation about method of creative imagination, especially the method of deconstruction. And then you will show the example how I use method of deconstruction to deal and to find a right form for my concept and subject matter. So what is the principle of imagination? When we think about the imagination, we go from the objective vision to subjective vision. So we apply different principles and methods. We apply changing the reality. We abstract, we compose, and we deconstruct. We change the line, shape, volume, texture, light, and composition. And we use different principles of abstraction, sometimes reduction, Kerwin or spiral, regulation, action abstract, or decorative abstract. These all different field and method and principle of abstraction. And the construction, which today I am more concentrated about the memory art, is to develop the form and to make a relation between the concept and form. I use cutting, exaggerating, folding, scrunching, squashing, burning, breaking, smashing, bending, banding, manipulating. All these methods help me to create a new artwork related to the history, culture, and social political issue of each country. And principle of composing, how we connect 2 or 3 forms together. We use relation, replacement, transformation, generalization, similarity, identical, combination, blending, and weaving. This is happen when we want to make a relation between 2 or several forms together. So sometimes we deal with one form, we use deconstruction. When we come at the point of composition, I apply these methods. So the form of presentation is another story. Sometimes you deal with 2D form, 3D, or photo media, installation, video installation, mural, performance, painting, sculpture, digital panoramic painting. And I experiment with all this way of visual presentation. So with this overview plan, we can start to see my work. So as you see here, Iran history, 18th century and Persian no, means Iran past and present. I use photo media, video installation, performance, and mural painting to show the history and heritage and social political issues of Iran. These are the work related to the nomads, 18th century Iran. So you will see the layers, the cultural richness, and at the same time, a concept related to these people. They are always waiting, and continuation of generation after generation. Another one. Sorry. Yes. Again, the same concept, different composition. Usually, this kind of a composition is the same as poems. It has a different layers. It's a kind of novel. Tell you the story behind of the people, show the atmosphere they live, which area they live. And as you see, a man, and architecture. This is all about the Iran 18th century lifestyle and people. Mostly nomads. And this one is political, propaganda, and power. This series called the Political Puppet Show. And this is a narrative composition to show the literature of the time and the belief and people lifestyle. Again, you see the nomad with red. And here a war, 18th century Qajar period. Three-D collage, another way of presenting heritage. And then out of this photo collage, recently I applied with the heritage mural presentation. This could be happen with digital mural projection or by hand. There is two ways of mural painting in our time. Two way and method of presenting mural in public, which is part of public art now, become more common around the world. So the mural is an outdoor presentation and it's art for public. So people can walk and see their history, especially the new generation can see their history. In city. These are my experiments about mural art movement in Tehran, actually 10 years ago, to show the history in destroyed building. So I did also nostalgia series. We go very fast to see this. Video installation, performance, photo media. These are related to the Persian culture, a custom, literature, calligraphy, and lifestyle in the past. These are nostalgia series. And for this concept, I use performance beside of my exhibition. So when we combine different form, is a cross form and cross media, you apply with painting, photo collage, installation, video installation, and performance. This cross media is make a powerful presentation for you to deal with different concept and subject matter. So when audiences come to this spot, they affected. So usually I combine different media, even a storytelling during the exhibition. The part of video installation. This is a group of performance inside of the exhibition. music, singing, painting, video installation is a cross form based on the map which I show you. And when you make painting alive with the projection, so they dance with different parts of painting projected over the several cubes. So you will see painting become flying inside of the exhibition. Also, mobile screen, again, and storytelling. And this one is the Persia Now series. Persia Now is related to political, social issue in Iran now, using photomedia. And this is how you use deconstruction methods, a burning, blending, smashing. Whatever I said about deconstruction, you can see in this series. Deconstruction make a powerful form and composition for you to describe your idea about the situation. Smashing. And these are ashes, actually. Ashes. I burn my painting. And then I deal with the deconstruction method to create a new form of presentation. Here you see Pinocchio in Iran now. And beside of that, you watch a layer of culture, destruction, destroyed, smashes, Persian miniature, calligraphy, literature. All these are related to the situation, political and social, historical issue in Iran now. A smashing culture, uniformization, again. Again, militarism comes to the heritage. This is photomedia using digital, different digital software. So bring the military tools inside of the culture. Again, a mine and miniature series. So as you see, the composition here, based on my map, a replacement. Replacement is a way of composition, recomposing. And sometimes I use exaggeration, burning, different way of deconstruction based on the map. Replacement, exaggeration. So the Persian civilization and culture and the situation now. Past and present. And here, another way of you see here, miniature with mine and military items. And then here, Memory of War and After War, another series. Photomedia, panoramic digital painting, installation, photography, and mural. This is a memory of war, 8 years war. Again, you will see a different form and technique to show the layers and the story behind of what's happened. I took Persian miniature everywhere. I use a replacement method to compare and present, past and present. And this is an installation, a reflection of the mirror. So sometimes you combine 2D and 3D forms together. You make a cross form and cross media. So different side of this mirror, you will see the city before war and after is a reflection in the mirror. So it's combined, it's 20 meter, large size space, reflection of two images, past and present. City before war and after war. Reflection in a mirror, in volume, in a space. And this is a war mural, memorial museum in the city of war. I coordinate this museum to show
excuse me, Dr. Nasser.
Yes.
Hello,
Yes.
excuse me, Dr. Nasser. Can you make your presentation faster? Because your time is just 5 minutes. So,
okay,
thank you.
I think it's finished. It's already done. This is a recent project I have done, the biggest, and I coordinate as an artist coordinator of this museum, panoramic museum, the first panoramic museum in Tehran and Middle East. Is inside of this dome is 2,000 square meter, and I did digital panoramic painting. You will see part of this. Inside of the dome, 2,000 square meter. And as you see, this is a cement, and we project the history of 8 years war inside of this dome. So people feel they are inside of the event, inside of the history, inside, because this is a panoramic presentation. This is a round, dome panoramic painting. And this is 20 meter out of 2,000 square meter. This was my recent project, and to deal with the history and war. Each part is 10 meter, 20 meter, 25 meter, part of the 2,000 square meter panoramic presentation inside of this dome. And these are some records I use. This is a city of Khorramshahr. 30,000 houses have been destroyed during the war between Iran and Iraq. So this is some records. That time I was a student, art student, and I collect and record some images during the war. And I use my images for digital panoramic painting now in my recent project. I just go fast to see. This is a photography of the city, and I use all of them in my digital panoramic painting. And I was a journalist and a student at the same time. And this is my record during the 8th year. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Nasser. So very wonderful presentation about your picture and also photo.
Thank you.
Okay, you are still here. Perhaps some question I will give to after Dr. Samar presentation. Dr. Samar, are you ready to make presentation? Hello, Dr. Samar. There is no answer, Iquelo. So while waiting for the Dr. Samar presentation, perhaps there are some questions for Dr. Nasser talking about this picture and also photo. Very interesting.
This
Very
is Dr. Samar, Pak Joko.
Yes,
Dr. Samar, are ready to make presentation?
yes.
Okay, I give you time to make presentation now. So sorry, Dr. Nasser, yeah. After Dr. Samar presentation, we will have the session of question and answer. So you are waiting here. Okay, thank you. Okay, Dr. Samar. So you have make presentation. Your time is about 25 minutes. Okay, your picture is very clear now. PPT.
Yeah, thank you for all. I'm so sorry about this technical issue. I'm sure now my screen is available, right? Everyone see my screen?
Okay, I can see.
Yeah. Today I wanted to speak about. One minute. Oh, sorry. Yes. The innovation of the technology sector and garment company in time of COVID-19. The first, I wanted to talk about in COVID-19, all the factory in the field of fashion started to stop. For them, this presentation, it will be aimed for highlight some of the key legal issue, innovation, and the update related to the technology sector that have arisen since the outbreak of COVID-19, which I focus on as a garment company. A few months ago, it would have been almost impossible for the rapid changes that have taken place as the COVID-19 outbreak was declared a global panicking, and the government around the world adopted the strict measure to help contain its spread while this pandemic happened, and a lot of it challenging for all the people working in the fashion industry. It's also creating opportunity, particular in the technology sector. When the world went into lockdown, this is bring fashion brand and the school switch off their sewing machine and went to home, actually. Nearly 6 months into a global lockdown, emerging design are finding the traditional path to a fashion career has disappeared. Almost of the people is working before in this traditional way is coming to disappear this time because can't show them work to the people. Only one way we have to showing the people is online stage, but the traditional way is must be we have a catwalk on in any place for fashion show or something like this. But this is a traditional way for the fashion design. It's a catwalk, or we can take it a photo shots for all things. But sure, we cannot use it this time for all of them. It's showing like disappear. The challenging time for the fashion business this time. If we're looking also, is not only the fashion people is affected about the panicking for the COVID-19. It's also the photographer people and hairstyle, makeup artists. All of them is canceled the fashion week and runway show and the shutting of retail and designer business across the global area. For this, the larger company only this is survivor during this time because it's have resources to can push money to them company and can improving the system for them. Also, we can speaking about the impact for the independent designer has been swift and significant. There is loss of business for everyone, loss of job, freelancer and our people working by hour in particularly, and the small retail boutiques that depending on foot traffic are suddenly closed down and laying off their employees, similar to designer are the first to have this budget cut. They do not have to advertising support and the customer research of the bigger brands. For this is we have a solution to can go out through of this panicking. Also, this is what the solution I want to throw out for this bar. The industrial people is looking to go to the digital wise. When we asking the people what we can supposed to be to do in our field or how we can manage to increasing our income for the company is the only solution now it coming is to do digital wise. And to do digital wise is supposed to be in the last time innovations the digital space. The last time is coming, it's before it's a traditional wise is 2D dimension for all the people, and you cannot showing your work in the 2D dimension, but we should to transfer from 2D to 3D. The almost people in all over the world started to do the fashion show digital wise. For this, start to increase the programs and enter some programs to our field. You can. Here, the programs now, you can see it can put it your pattern making and you can transform it from 2D dimension to 3D dimension. And in same time, if you're looking in this area particularly, also you can see from the color on the figure here, it's have blue and green, yellow a little bit. Here, it's going to tell us about the tension of the fabric on our avatar. This avatar is transforms the lifetime, or we can speak as same the body, the human body. If coming blue, this meaning is the tension of the fabric here is relaxed and start step by step. It changes from green to yellow and orange and red in the end. If coming red, this meaning I cannot use this part because it will have too much attention on the fabric on body. For this, we cannot use it. We try almost our system to can coming from blue to green color. This is to can match the reality in the human body. Here also, this is another way to see the reality of the fashion show. It's coming now, it's a 3 dimension and another space we can put it. We can do anything for this. We can showing the reality of the smooth of the fabric. When walking, the effect of the fact of the texture on the fabric. As example here, we use the little bit of Islamic art and we transfer it to embroidery and we put it on the fabric. If you see, it's have the dimension on the fabric, and this fabric is stiff too much for this. Is showing its fly on the figure. For this, all the people is looking now to change them life from 2D dimension to 3 dimension to can follow the customers to can make it them, force them to see them work and buy from them collection. Thank you for watching my presentation. I know any questions.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Summers. Yeah, very wonderful presentation talking about innovation. Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, Ibu Elo, I think it is very interesting.
I'm afraid to make it a little bit big because I don't know all the people is know about the fashion or no, but I'm trying to make it small as much as I can because I don't know all is interesting in the field of fashion or no.
So do you, what is your specialty? Do you make your specialty is to make fashion for the girl or also for the gentleman? Because when I see your picture is also talking about the girl only.
Okay. My specialization actually in 3D fashion design. I'm working in Sharjah University. I am teaching 3D fashion design and also 2D fashion design and computer system, CAD, computer editing design, and all kinds of computer editing design. I'm teaching the merchandising, all the subject.
Okay, Buelo, I think now the session for the question and answer for from the participant to the keynote speaker, Dr. Samer and also Dr. Nasser. So perhaps you can open the chat room or other some participant have some question to Dr. Samer and Dr. Nasser.
Yes, please, for the participant, ask question for Dr. Samir. This is a very interesting topic.
What about in the chat room, Ibuelo?
Yes, I don't see yet about the question. I check in a Zoom right now. I still don't have any questions in Zoom chat. Also in YouTube channel.
So, any participants? So if there's if there's no question from participant, I would like to ask first to Dr. Nasser. Dr. Nasser, are you still here, Dr. Nasser? Hello, Dr. Nasser, are you here? Are you still with us?
Okay, I will unmute.
Sorry.
Okay. Yes, I am here. Yeah.
Okay, Dr. Nasser, I would like to know why are you interested or what make you interested to the war photography or war picture like this? So what make you interested?
Actually, it's happened is now we live in the Middle East and Middle East inside of the war everywhere. So the main concept for us is war because we are inside of the war. As you see here, we have Afghanistan, Iraq, Syria, Yemen, everywhere in Middle East is inside of the war. So it's very naturally when you deal with social, political, historical issues in your work, the main concept become a war. But I don't draw just a war. I draw and display ethnic memory, culture, and heritage beside of this. So in my work, I present the reality and the richness of the culture together. So my work based on identity, heritage, history in the past and present.
Okay, talking about the culture. So do you have any picture or perhaps the photo talking about the Bali culture? What do you think about the Bali culture?
I have
Bali culture.
Yeah, actually, this is ongoing project here. This is ongoing project, and I started to work about the Australia, Mexico, Africa, Japan. I already started. This is ongoing project. In my presentation, it just show Iran as a case study. So I have series of artwork related to the Australia, Emirates. I coordinate a festival called the Middle East Memory Art International Memory Art Festival in Abu Dhabi. Also, upcycle art movement in Middle East. So my work is ready to show, but it takes time. If you like, I can share the screen and you can see what I have done for Emirates recently, United States, also for Australia and Japan. Is already in another presentation.
Okay, you can send to organizer.
I will, yeah.
Okay, Dr. Samer, so now talking about the fashion. So what do you think, because I work also in the textile industry, but and the spunjan and also embroidery. What do you think about the fashion for the embroidery?
For the fashion embroidery?
Yeah, because I work in the textile industry, spunjan and also embroidery.
The fashion.
What do you think, fashion? Because I export also my embroidery to the Arabic and so on like this, yeah. So what do you think the fashion and the embroidery? Because in Indonesia, it is just used when there is the special event only for the embroidery. What do you think in the Iran or something?
Yeah, about the fashion embroidery, actually here is
embroidery,
yeah, especially here in UAE, or we can speaking not only in UAE, in Gulf area, is looking too much about all the pieces or all the textile must be included little bit of embroidery. Maybe even it's some here in Gulf area, not too much for the technology about the embroidery, is almost is handmade embroidery. Maybe for in Europe and in Egypt is looking for the machine embroidery more because it's less cost and in same time it's mass production. Here is looking in UAE looking more for reach something needed to be it's a handmade more quality. Not important about mass production is looking to it's supposed to be it's unique garment, but usually the people looking for the handmade embroidery. It's too much rich subject. You can speak about it too much. Actually, I have like 2 or 3 researches about it. I'm prefer this time. I'm making now about how to can mix the Islamic art on the textile by using the embroidery and printing.
Okay.
Like and all people.
Okay, yeah. Thank you, Dr. Sama. So one more question. So can you make the forecasting for talking about the after COVID-19? What is the trend after COVID-19 finish? And then what is the trend in the fashion for the girl and also for the gentleman? What do you think? Do you have any idea?
About the trend, it's sure it's a change.
About the trend, yeah. About the trend of fashion for the gentleman and also for the girl after COVID-19 finish.
Yeah, after the COVID-19 is actually is too much changed because the people started to wanted to make sustainable wise about the clothing. Okay, and in same times little bit not too much expensive garment needed to come in little bit cheap to can reach more customer, because you know now it's when coming to COVID-19 almost of the people is started to keep the money and don't want to spend too much. For this we try all the factory trying to make less expensive inside the factory and also at the same time it's changed to digital wise and digital wise this meaning it's coming to ready to wear more than it's coming as evening garment or something like this. This is a situation now after COVID-19.
Mr.
Okay,
Joko,
thank you.
Mr.
Yes.
Joko,
Yes.
I have some example ready now. I would like to share with you about Australia and Emirates, just few images because you asked, and it's good to see actually. This is
okay, 5 minutes only, maximum
okay,
5 minutes.
Yeah, just to show you the example of memory art related to the UAE before the transformation of the oil, 1960, 1975. And this is all a relation for the nomads or Badawi people. In UAE, I use a upcycle with the memory. And as you see here, different kind of presentation related to the historical images. We collect this one from National Archive from Abu Dhabi. So this is a kind of creating culture and the history of UAE with 3D installation. And here, a performance beside of the memory door in Abu Dhabi Art Fair. I go faster to see how I deal with the upcycle item and the images together to create a contemporary artworks. Here you will see different cross media together and combination of dance and memory and mobile screen presenting United Emirates history with the art forms. So here you see the land art combination of the identity and literature with the performance. So it's a different media. I go faster to see this is a different part of my work related to the history of UAE in Abu Dhabi. Also a sculpture, different kind of form. And this is about Australia. As you see, the everyday items become a form for me to present the 200 years history of Australia is a new country. So everyday object was my concept. And people, family, a story, family album. And this is a mural project in Canberra, the capital. So here you will see the multicultural, the culture from different area is a multicultural memory wall. I did this one in public art, in bus station, in capital city, Canberra. And this is also the memory mural inside of the Canberra is 120 square meter. So when we talk about the memory, it depends on which country I did. As I told you, I have series of artwork related to Mexico, China, Iran, Middle East country, and recently in Oman. During the last 2 years, I create a series of artwork related to Oman heritage and history. Thank you so much.
Thank you, yeah,
My
Dr. Palangi. So don't forget to make your journey to Indonesia. So you know,
Yes.
because Indonesia has a lot of culture, and then I believe that you will enjoy more than 100%.
I love it. I love
Okay,
it.
thank you. Yeah, that's it. So if we allow, so now it's a session, so you can check again in the chat room any question or not from for the Dr. Samir and Dr. Nasser. Or perhaps Che Helena is still here because I know that Che Helena is loves so much about the fashion. Where is Che Helena? Prof. Helena, where is it?
Also share screen for this is like small fashion show. Is did it for this is inside in the class actually. We can. It's have music. I don't want it to disturb all of people, but it's here. It's to can show the embroidery. It's on the fabric. And
yes, embroidery.
Yeah.
My company produce embroidery and export to Africa.
Yeah. Here for the printing. Okay. And then in fabric also for topics in net fabric. Here also again embroidery, but handmade embroidery. I'm trying to make less resolution to can easy present it wise. But all of this work, it's high resolution. It's full HD. If after if any time I can share it. It's full HD, but it's take little bit time to upload in internet.
Okay, Dr. Samar, I think it's enough. What do you think, Ibu Ella? Any more questions from the chat room? Ibu Ella?
Yes, no, I don't see any question in the chat room. Maybe all the participant is already tired.
Okay.
There's no questions.
Okay, since there is no more question, I thankful very much to Dr. Samar and also Dr. Nasser. So everybody, please give a very huge applause, virtual applause to Dr. Samar and also Dr. Nasser. Virtual applause, please. So Ibu Ala, I think it's over for me, and could you show the certificate for the presenter or keynote speaker, Dr. Samar and also Dr. Nasser. And don't forget also my certificate. Remember that. If not, and then I will find you.
Of course, Pak Joko. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Bapak Joko and Dr. Nasser and Dr. Samer. So this is the certificate of appreciation. The certificate is proudly presented to Dr. Dhani Harmanto, the Montfort University, United Kingdom. This is recognition and your contribution as a keynote speaker in ICoGOIA, IORA, November 21st, 2020. And also certificate of outstanding service and achievement award for Dr. Dhani Harmanto for your dedication and support in the ICoGOIA, IORA, November 21st, 2020. And certificate of appreciation. The certificate is proudly presented to Dr. Nasser Palangi, Scientific College of Design, Oman, in your recognition and your contribution as keynote speaker for ICoGOIA, IORA, November 21st, 2020. And also certificate of outstanding service and achievement award is presented to you, Dr. Nasser Palangi, for your dedication and your contribution in ICoGOIA, IORA. And the certificate, this is proudly presented to Dr. Samer Ahmed Hamdieska from Sharjah University, Uni Arab Emirates, in your recognition and your contribution as a keynote speaker. And this is also the certificate Outstanding Service and Achievement Award for Dr. Samer Ahmed Hamdieska in your dedication and support in ICoGOIA, IORA, November 21st, 2020. And the last is for Bapak Joko Siono, PhD. The certificate is appreciation for you in your recognition and your contribution as host and moderator in ICoGOIA, IORA, November 21st, 2020. Also, the certificate of outstanding service and achievement award for you, Bapak Joko Siono, for your dedication and support in ICoGOIA, IORA, November 21st, 2020. Thank you very much to all of you and all the speakers. Yes. So before we come to the closing remarks, I would like to say something about the second day. Yeah. So this is the last presentation from our keynote speaker today. It was a tremendous presentation and sharing session. And please remember that tomorrow we still have a second day of the conference. So please be noticed, tomorrow we will start at 9 o'clock in the morning. Okay. To close the event today, please welcome Bapak Associate Professor Sukono from IORA, Universitas Padjadjaran Bandung, to give closing remark. Bapak Sukono. Bapak Sukono, are you with us?
Yeah.
Yes. Bapak Sukono. Yes. Okay. Sudah. Okay. Bapak Sukono, time is yours. I cannot hear you, Bapak Sukono. Your voice cannot. It's not. I cannot hear you, Bapak Sukono. Pak Sukono nggak ada suaranya, Pak. Ya. Can you use earphone or headset or something? Because I don't, we can hear you. Yeah, you can try. Bisa Bapak Sukono? Nggak keluar. I don't know what happened from Bapak Sukono. The sound is not clear and I cannot hear.
Elok, Prof. Sukono have trouble with suaranya nggak bisa masuk katanya.
Okay. So maybe the technical problem ya. So bagaimana Pak Isa?
Bu Tita.
Okay. Bu Tita, can you replace Bapak Sukono to give the closing remarks?
Oleh Bu Tita.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Elok Damayanti, all keynote speakers and all the participants remains this in the last session. Thank you so much from Dr. Nasser, Dr. Which presentation about the art, yeah. Thank you very much for all. And this is the last presentation for the first day. We hope that the valuable presentation will be beneficial for all the participants. Thank you so much for the committee and for all the participants for the attention. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, before I end this Zoom meeting, I will show the parallel session for tomorrow. Maybe for participants can see the room and their name. Pak Amrun, can you assist? Okay. Okay. Okay, wait for the moment. So tomorrow will be divided into 3 rooms, yeah. Oh, 4 rooms. And each room will be moderated by, yeah, we will see at the slide share. Ready, Pak Amrun? Okay, this is the parallel session at 10 o'clock until 12. We have 4 rooms. Room 1 will be moderated by Bapak Muhammad Isradi and Dr. Subianto. Okay, down. And all the participants, you can see your name here and give your presentation at room 1. This is room 1. Okay, next, for the room 2, room 2, Pak. Yes. Belum. Ini berakhir di room 1. Okay. In the room 2 will be hosted or moderated by Ibu Nengtita Tosida and Catherine Olivia Seriati. And this is the names of the participants. You can find your name here in the room 2. Okay. And the room 3. The room 3 will be Bapak Pramono CD and Bapak Aceng Sambas PhD as a moderator. And you can find your name here for the presentation for tomorrow in room 3. Okay. So the last is for room 3. If you want to have the presentation list, you can download in a chat room. Yeah. And then this is room 4. The moderator will be Ibu Endang Nurhartati and Ibu Riana Magdalena. And this is the names of the participant who will give the presentation in room 4. I hope you all find your name for tomorrow for join in room 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Once again, thank you very much. We will see you again tomorrow. Stay healthy, wear masks wherever you go, wash your hand, and social distancing. Bye-bye. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Ya. Selamat
Terima
elok.
kasih banyak.
Ya, Bu Lucy,
Terima
Pak
kasih.
Isan, Pak Isradi.
Bye everyone.
Ketemu lagi
Ya.
besok.
Saya baru ketemu ini dengan Prof. Fauzi John dari UPI ya.
Prof Zalina makan apa?
Prof. Zalina makan
Thank you very
apa?
much, Dr. Nasir.
Oh itu tuh.
So your college of Prof. Fauzi ya.
Okay.
Oke, terus.
Okay, I will close the
Terima
room.
kasih.
Thank you. Bye-bye.